to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. I see a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of Emmett.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your first morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, and if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Okay, so let's get into it. Hello, all hell nah, Claudette, re-educated soul, above all that drama, Stacy, Buckhorse DC, Claudette, Brand Slayer TV, Nita's and Mike's World, Mission Vision, Nessie X. All right, December, I see you, Desmond. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Darnell is here, Root Trackers, Queen Amoni Huey, Timber Dan. All right, Cherokee Descended Dale. Okay, Courtney J, Antoinette, Deronda. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hey, Reggie, that Crazy Beach Aries. Coco Marshmallows and Miss Peaches in the house. All right, so Mr. Elevation, Jasmine. Okay, so likes up. Everyone, please get the likes up. Okay, don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance. And moderators, could you please go ahead and put the link for the backup channel in the chats because I'm going live on there right after this. We have to talk about Donald Trump. We've got to talk about Trump because clearly Trump has lost his mind, what little bit he had left, and talking about there's going to be a bloodbath and all of that. So we're going to get into it. And we also got to talk about Gilbert Arenas and his comments about Salsa Santana, which I find also interesting. Okay, so with that all been said, everyone, please get the likes up. Let's get into it. Now, we're going to talk about these legal documents again, the ones that have the legal document that was amended. That was, in fact, amended by Liza Gardner, okay, the woman who is accusing Diddy and Aaron Hall of assaulting her. With that all been said, let's not forget that she amended it saying that she was 16 at the time of this, and also that she was brought to the party by Jodeci. And this is a Caucasian female, okay? So let's get into it because this is all getting more and more nefarious as the days go by. All right. Hey, Pearly. As the days go by. Okay, so likes up. Everyone, please like and share. I'm going to share my screen for a second. Okay, so here we go. Now, summary of factual accusations. Upon information and belief in 1990, Miss Gardner, a 16-year-old girl, was in New York City with a friend. Miss Gardner was invited to New York City by close friends who were members of chart-topping recording group Jodeci. At the time, Jodeci was signed to MCA Records. Miss Gardner and the members of Jodeci are all from North Carolina. In 1990, prior to inviting Miss Gardner to New York City, Jodeci was signed to hip-hop artist Heavy D to Uptown Records, a label that was a subsidiary of UMG. Now, Jodeci was assigned to Uptown employee Sean Combs, who took on the task of developing the new act. The group was introduced after providing background vocals on the 1990 song Treat Them Like They Want to Be Treated. Forever My Lady is the debut studio album of Jodeci, released in 1991 by Uptown Records and MCA Records. Now, by the end of the summer into the fall of 1990, MCA held an event at their New York City offices. Miss Gardner and her friend met Combs and Hall at the offices. Okay, so let's not forget, she was invited there. Her and her friend were invited there by Jodeci, who were supposedly her friends. Now, which I find interesting because if she was 16, what was she doing hanging out with Jodeci? That's one question I have that I thought was very interesting. But so after the MCA event, Miss Gardner recalls attending dinner with Jodeci, Combs, and Hall. Combs and Hall were very flirtatious and handsy with Miss Gardner and her friend. They offered them drinks throughout the night. At the age of 16, Miss Gardner was a minor in 1990 and incapable of consenting to drink alcohol. In 1985, New York State raised the legal drinking age from 19 to 21. Towards the end of the night, Miss Gardner and her friend were invited by Combs and Hall back to Hall's apartment for an after party. It is important to note that Miss Gardner was wearing a black skirt with a button-up blouse. Now, while at Hall's apartment, Miss Gardner was offered more drinks and was physically forced into having sex with Combs against her will. At the time, Combs assaulted Miss Gardner. She recalls feeling the side effects of the alcohol. She recalls Combs mounting her and forcing up her skirt, pulling her underwear to the side, and forcefully doing what he did, okay? For lack of a better word. Now, the age of consent for sexual intercourse in New York was 17 at the time. Combs sexually assaulted Miss Gardner, and after he was done finishing his business, she lay in the bed shot. Now, after the MCA event, Miss Gardner recalls standing... I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, now, while at Hall's apartment, Gardner was offered more drinks. Okay, let me skip past this. I already said that. Okay, so Miss Gardner recalls being in immense pain in her vajayjay. Now, in comparison to Hall, now this is what y'all need to pay attention to, because I thought this was all nefarious. I'm just going to put this up on the screen. Okay, I'm going to put this up on the screen because I find it all nefarious as far as I'm concerned. Now, I don't know if you all can see this, but at the 33 point, it says, Miss Gardner recalls being in immense pain in her vajayjay. In comparison to Hall, Miss Gardner describes Combs as being prepubescent. Okay? So I'm sorry. What do you all have to say about that? What do you all have to say about that? I find it all so interesting. Now, maybe this is why he was always taking advantage of people, allegedly. Okay? Maybe this is why he was always taking advantage of people, allegedly. Hey, Bronze Flat Power God. Okay, Buckhorse DC said, forever my lady. Okay, Claudette said, low down. All right, it absolutely is low down. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, after Hall finished graping Miss Gardner, she quickly got dressed and ran out of Hall's apartment. Her friend left shortly thereafter. Miss Gardner's friend shared with her that she too had sex with Combs and Hall in the other room. Now, upon information and belief, when Combs finished with Miss Gardner, he and Hall switched and they commenced intercourse with Miss Gardner's friend. The following day, they came to the home of Miss Gardner and her friend. Now, here's the thing. Here is the thing. If this actually goes to trial, I mean, if Diddy doesn't settle and this actually goes to trial, Jodeci is likely going to be called in because they were there. They could be subpoenaed. Okay, because first of all, they were there. Brand Slayer TV said he was what? Yes, that's what she said. Miss Peter said, I believe it. I believe it was Devontae and JoJo. Names been ringing lately. Well, let me tell you this. One thing I say about Jodeci is they had some issues at an event they performed at, where I believe it was JoJo, if I'm not mistaken. He pulled down his pants and proceeded to play with his toy, okay, for lack of a better word, on stage. And he was sued by some of the parents who said, in fact, one of them said that he was a sexual deviant, is what they called him. And I'm sorry, but that's clearly what it was. Okay, that's clearly what he was as far as I'm concerned. If he did all of that on stage, and here's the thing, it was a show that was predominantly for teenagers. Okay, it was specifically supposed to be family oriented, is how it was marketed as, and there was lots of teenagers there. So for him to do something like that is just sick, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so we're gonna get into that because I'm gonna have to. I think I have that receipt. Okay, so everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, as I was saying, my question is, what were they doing hanging out with Jodeci? I wonder, now I just have to wonder, as should we all at this point, did Jodeci bring those girls there for that? Did they bring them there for that? Because if they knew that they were underage, then which likely they did know. Because if they were friends, they would likely have known they were underage. Okay, I just believe so. And so if they brought them there to Diddy and Hall and introduced them, did they bring them there to be victimized? That's what we should be asking ourselves. Did they bring them there as sheep, or lambs to the slaughter? I have a whole lot of questions about that. Yes, they are sick battle acts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, the thing that I thought was interesting is that she said, the young lady, Liza Gardner, said that in relation to Hall, Diddy was prepubescent. Okay? I find that also interesting. Please pay attention. Prepubescent. So if he was prepubescent, that's basically, she said that he has little d energy. So all I'm saying. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because people who are insecure about their size down there, men that is, well, they tend to be, angry sometimes with women because maybe they've been ridiculed and laughed at. I'm just saying. Is that why he was going around allegedly assaulting people? Is he actually assaulting people? Beating on women and all of that? I have a whole lot of questions. Oh, she said he had a shrimp holder. Says, oh, hell no. Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's what she said. I find it all interesting. And you already know what they say about Aaron Hall. And so she compared him in the documents to Aaron Hall. She said he was prepubescent. And so I'm just saying, Diddy, I have a whole lot of questions. Helen says, strong possibility. Yes, because I'm here to tell you that some of these dudes with little D energy, they have a complex and they get upset and mad, especially if women laugh at them, ridicule them, you know what I'm saying? And then they just want to sometimes force themselves on people. We've heard the stories. So I just have questions as to, is this the reason why? I'm sorry, but what? Honey 69 said she needed tweezers to hold it. Courtney J said P. Whittle. Mr. Elevation said short and nefarious. Re-educated Soul said not the shrimp. The shrimp eats express. Oh my goodness. Somebody pull out the microscope, says Miss Evie. Oh my goodness, I absolutely cannot. You all are terrible. This is all nefarious. Reggie said it sounds like abuse of power by Diddy. Yes, absolutely, beloved. Jane says them little D's love that back door because the big D's is too big for the back door business. Oh my goodness, I absolutely cannot. You all are nefarious. That crazy bitch Eric said not a Vienna sausage. Juju B said low down dirty scoundrel. Oh my goodness, let me continue because y'all are nefarious. Okay, so goes on to say, hold on. I can't remember where I'm at. Hold on. Okay, so the following day, Combs came to the home where Miss Gardner and her friend were staying. Combs was irate and began assaulting and choking Miss Gardner to the point that she passed out. Combs was searching for Miss Gardner's friend because he was worried that she would tell the girl that he was with at the time what he and Hall had done. Okay, so now also included in the documents is the stuff that Aaron Hall said when he was on the Vlad TV show, or the Vlad TV. Okay, remember how he was talking all greasy, bragging about his size and all of that, and just talking real crazy. So that's all in here, and I'm going to play that video again for those of you who missed it. I've shown it to you before, but I'm going to play that again for those who missed it. And then also, I'm going to play a video of Gloria Velez, the mother of his son, Aaron Hall, the fourth, I want to say. Because here's the thing. They've included everything that he said in that interview in the documentation. And they basically say that he was bragging about doing these things to a minor, okay? Messing around with minors. And which is exactly what he was doing, this filthy stuff. He's absolutely disgusting. Okay, so here it is.
No bitch out there say that she handled my shit. My father's a pastor, so my whole thing is that my grandfather being a pimp, it's just like I'm third generation Aaron Hall III. My father's is Aaron Hall Jr. He's a pastor, so I just skipped over it like checkers. And my whole thing is that if you never heard a girl say that no trick shit about Aaron Hall, then you understand that let's chill shit is some real shit.
So that was basically like from some life experience?
Now, my whole thing is that I just think that girls think that a whole lot of guys, run after they shit. You know what I mean?
Talk to me. You can say what you want on there.
But a whole lot of girls out there with the umbilical cords, them young 1970s, 1980s bitches. Yeah. You know what I mean? They try to go up there with the fresh out the pussy and think they can get like a nigga like Aaron Hall. I'm historical.
Yeah.
They fuck.
That's right. That's right.
Fuck with me. It's a big deal. I know my son's mother. Everybody know that shit. So
yeah, that's glory, and tell them about it.
So when you put Aaron's on it, when you fuck for 3 days and take the bitch hand and take him out of the man's hand, then you a retired pimp.
Yeah.
But at the time, as soon as I came to South Beach, I just grabbed her, and she'll tell you the same story. I just grabbed her in 3 days. Then Aaron's got on a put with an apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Like it's Aaron.
I mean, it was
3
like
colors on it.
Yeah, crazy glue.
And my whole thing is this: is that if niggas can't handle me, I'm not gonna never let them get my last name. If you can't handle my last name, so I've been single for 50 years.
All right now.
A whole lot of niggas out there, from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm to death. Public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas. They been at my house. They all see me. They all know I'm a big nigga.
Yeah.
If a bitch touch my and she say my small, then she's a lying bitch.
Yeah.
Tell her to name the tattoo that's on my ribs that says warning. You get this. The thing is, a whole lot of niggas write about taking girls out to shop, taking girls to fly to Dubai and all that shit. Yeah. Bitch, close your eyes, we anywhere. You feel me? And my whole thing is this. Is that
talk about it.
If you can handle my and you can make me still be Aaron Hall without rapping out your mouth, then I'll take you anywhere. Other than that shit, you back home, bitch.
Y'all heard that? All nefarious. I mean, he was bragging hard, okay? And I want you all to pay attention. When he said them little D ninjas, them precious cake ninjas, was he talking about Diddy? I think he was. I think he was talking about Diddy because, for one, he said them little D ninjas, he said he let them see him do what he's doing. And so is that why he let Diddy watch? I have a whole lot of questions. Yes, Brand Slayer TV, he is definitely disgusting. Okay? Definitely disgusting, as far as I'm concerned. Now, at the time that he met Gloria Velez, Miss Velez was only 16 years old, and that's his mother of his child. Okay, and it's indicated in the transcript that Hall referred to his 16-year-old Miss Velez as a puppy. He goes on to say that when he was on the field doing dog training, he sometimes misidentified an 8-month-old puppy speaking of Miss Valdez, I guess, for a 2-year-old dog, which would be an adult. Okay? So this is all crazy. This is all crazy at the end of the day. And then he said, he also talked about Miss Velez saying that my whole thing is I want to make sure that it's right. I love my son Aaron Hall IV to death. I ain't seen him in 15 years, but I love him to death. You haven't seen your son in 15 years, but you love him? He said, we talk all the time. Gloria didn't do no bad thing to me. I thought she was older. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes I see a puppy on the field when I'm doing dog training. I think it's a year old or 2 years old, and it's like 8 months. I don't know. When I saw her, everybody was trying to get at her. Why y'all scared of her? I took her. I couldn't even talk. I had a speech impediment. So clearly bragging, like I said. And here's the thing. He may not have known her age upon first meeting her, but I'm pretty sure he knew her age soon thereafter, okay? And he likely knew in the first place at the end of the day. I'm sure he knew it before he got her impregnated. Freak. And here's the thing. You know, some of these young girls, 16 to 17 years old, may be fully developed, you know, but you can tell by their facial features that they're teenagers, if you really care to pay attention. And if you aren't sure, then maybe you should be checking ID. I'm just saying. Now, at this point, when he was messing with this young girl, he was 30-something years old. You mean to tell me he couldn't tell she was a teenager? He didn't think that perhaps he should have checked? I just have a whole lot of questions, okay? I don't think he cared when he was messing with Gloria Velez. But like I said, I'm going to play this video of Gloria Velez talking about Aaron Hall. And basically, she talked about the incident. And I showed this before. This is actually a throwback. This is a throwback that I did a couple of years ago where she was talking about how Tupac saved her when Aaron Hall took her to what she describes as to be a sacrifice. Okay, and we know it all goes down in the music industry, so please pay attention. A former video vixen by the name of Gloria Velez, who was dating at one point Aaron Hall, the singer, right from Guy. And she was 17 years old when she was dating him. I don't know how old he was, but I'm sure he was older than 17. So anyway, she talked about a very abusive relationship and how he was always aggressive and hostile and just not nice. Now, she says that she's prayed for him in hopes that he's changed. But if you all remember, he did an interview with Vlad a few years ago, and he's talked about her like a dog. Yeah, he said he took her and pretty much just got what he wanted. You know, I'm putting it nicely. That's not how nice he was when he said it. But he talked a whole bunch of crap about her on Vlad on an interview. So anyway, this young woman says that she was supposed to be sacrificed and that Tupac saved her. If you want to believe it or not, sacrificing people does happen in our world more than you know. Go listen to my first episode, Sacrifice. I tell you how Tupac saved my life. He was my angel. Now I'm going to play a clip that she shared on Twitter.
For my life and telling that, you know, he doesn't want nothing happening to me, but he's still taking me to the venue. You know, I went over this over and over in my head. Why would he take me? Why would he put a white dress on me? It's like, you know, dressing the lamb and giving her to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has different levels of love or how they should love someone. Obviously, he doesn't know how to love right. But I would never put my loved one in that situation, knowing that you're going into the wolves' den. You know what's going to happen. You know what they want to do. When he was pleading for my life and telling that, you know, he doesn't want nothing happening to me, but he's still taking me to the venue.
Okay, so that's an excerpt that she posted on Twitter. So I'm going to go to the video and I'm going to be fast forwarding because, as I said, this is 55 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again and go to the video, and I'll be fast forwarding, as I said, because it's like an hour long. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance, beloveds.
All right, here we go.
On because you get me, and I feel. So we go in the car, we drive to the venue, we pull up. He grabs my hand. You know, the same thing he always says, look at me, don't look at no man. You know, an aggressive person that, super controlling. You know, the same routine. We walk in. So when we walk in before we enter the venue, of all the people and the cameras and all the family that's sitting down at the tables, this old lady was walking out, being escorted out, actually. A mature lady. She was like in the 70s or 80s-year-old. Had an entourage, and she stopped Aaron and I. She grabbed my belly. And I was only 4 months, but super skinny. I wasn't even showing. And she says, don't worry, your son is going to be all right. He's going to be healthy and he's going to be good, which we didn't know if we're having a boy or a girl. Then she looks at Aaron and tells him, you know what? You be good to her and you protect her. And she prayed on us. That's God. God sent an angel right there because his whole demeanor changed. Because he was trying to get angry in the car. He was trying to start a fight, maybe to justify what's going to happen or was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, I play that over and over in my mind. Like, if that lady didn't stop, or, if she didn't say a prayer, or Casey and Soldier didn't pray outside the hotel, that was God sending him, like, what are you doing, Aaron? You know what I mean? You know of God. You know what I mean? You come from church. Right, so we walk into the venue. Cameras, video cameras, taking pictures. So we greet people, still by his side. We walk into the back of the venue, because there's a stage. And so we walk in the back of the stage. He pulls a chair to the side of you see the stage, and there's the back entrance when you're performing and you're waiting to go on stage. So he puts a chair, sit here. I said, okay. But he was serious and aggressive. I was like, damn, he's like, I'm still have no idea. I'm oblivious to what's going on or what's going to happen or what they tend to do. This female runs towards Aaron, and then he walks her halfway, grabs her, and they start talking, and they're in each other's face. So a 17-year-old's mind, you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm saying? Right? She's approaching, she's screaming. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm here, I'm pregnant. Right. She's upset. Aaron's a hoe. He's the nasty man. You know what I mean? Right. I'm like, listen, what's so crazy and mind-boggling to me, like, I would never hit Aaron back, even though he was physically, physical with me. But anybody else that would confront me, I would fight. I was a fighter. I was brave. But with him, I didn't step up for myself until I had my child. Then I was like, enough is enough. But so when she was screaming, and I was like, what up, bitch? Oh, So that was my mentality. That's hot. Even though I was pregnant, I was like, let's go. Thinking, Aaron, he's upset. I'm here. He brought me here. So the mood changed. People started moving towards Aaron and I, men. And then I said, ooh, it felt eerie. I said, something's different. This is not and it's when you're hard, you feel something's wrong. Right. Okay. And then, so I shut up quick. I was looking at the room and seeing, I'm trying to figure out what the is going on, because I see the fear now in Aaron's face. Like, shut the right? So within the commotion and people started moving towards, and you see the dudes, Pac runs. He runs towards Aaron, grabs up the girl and says, nobody touch her, points to me. And he goes, she's family, she's Aaron's wifey. I told you nobody her. So I looked and I was like, my mind's like, what the going on? He drags her out the side of the door. There's always like back entrance to lead outside. And it was a back entrance, and a lot of people follow. When Pac moves, people follow. And they followed him outside. And then Aaron standing in front of me like a guard dog. He was like, don't move, don't say. I'm like, yeah, I had no idea what was going on. So we waited patiently until Pac came inside. And, my heart's racing because, your senses tell you something's wrong, that this is not right, especially the people that you see around in the back. It's not like we're in blue tuxedos, we're in an all white party. We got some thugs, we got some gangsters, it's real life. And got that, but I didn't know how real it was going to get, or what they wanted to do, I should say. So Pac comes in and comes up to us and be like, you know, you guys are good. And looks at Aaron and says, don't stay long. Like dead up like that, don't stay long. And then hugged us and then went on stage. And he's my God, not knowing at that point he was my angel. He saved my life. I mean, I'm happy that Aaron stood up and grabbed and he was like, no, you know, but I'm mad that he brought me there anyways, you know, because he had a choice. You know, God always gives you a choice. Demons always give you a choice. You know, that was his choice to bring me there to those wolves, you know, a lamb 17 and pregnant. Yeah. So maybe he was contemplating with himself. I don't know if he was battling himself, but Pac saved my life. And I'm grateful that he saved my life. And we stood for a little while and we said goodbye. And before we said goodbye and left, one of the demons came up to me and said, you're blessed, you know, and said a bunch of other things that I will not say. But I mean, I was looking a demon in the eyes, you know, he was telling me that you almost got, and I felt it in my soul. Like when he stared at me and looked at me and was like, oh, you just passed, you almost died. Like, and I felt it. Like I felt his aura, his heaviness. You feel that, you know? And then we left and then we went to the hotel. He didn't go to any other recordings. He didn't go to any other video shoots. And we went on a plane and left a few days later. We never turned around. And then 4 months later, Pac dies. And I was devastated.
Okay, there you have it, people. Now, let me just say that I can't substantiate those claims that she made, but that's what she said. And she said that a demon came up to her and told her, you're blessed because you almost got. Queen, is she the Brenda got a baby Tupac was rapping about? Okay, somebody was clearly being nefarious in the chat. They knew darn well that was not. Stacey said, no, that's not her. They knew that wasn't her, honey, okay? The girl who played in that video was black. Always somebody nefarious trying to get money in on the queen. Oh, hell no, I said, why y'all do that? Honey, they don't have any sense. Please pay attention. Okay, so anyway, here are some other things that she said. Now, she talked about grooming in the music industry, and she specifically mentioned Uncle Luke, who was none too thrilled about it. He had something to say, and I'm going to play what he said in response momentarily. Former video vixen Gloria Velez accuses Uncle Luke of grooming her when she was in high school. And see, this is the thing that I have questions about as it pertains to Jodeci. Because if they brought the young Liza Gardner and her friend, I don't know how old her friend was, but if they brought Liza Gardner to Diddy and Aaron Hall, and they know what type of men they are, because you heard what Aaron Hall said. You ask Jodeci, Puff, any of them, they know what I do. They don't see me F. So with that all being said, they knew what kind of person Aaron Hall was, and they also knew that Aaron Hall had previously impregnated a 16-year-old at the time, Gloria Velez. So did they in fact groom Liza Gardner and possibly her friend, depending upon the friend's age? But did they groom them and then bring them there, like I said, as lambs to the slaughter for Diddy and Aaron Hall to do these things too? Because let's not forget, Jodeci was very close with Diddy, okay? This is all so sick and disgusting, but let me continue. So former video vixen Gloria Velez has made headlines recently after her son's father, R&B singer Aaron Hall, was named in a lawsuit alleging he committed several sexual crimes against women, including accusations about an incident with Diddy. Social media users began dissecting his song lyrics, and now they're asking about a video of the guy singer discussing how he and Velez, or how he met Velez for the first time, and then this has emerged online. Now, in the midst of the storm of allegations and the recounting of the 1990s R&B heartthrob's wild sexual escapades, it has come to light once again that Velez was a minor when she initially met and was intimate with Aaron Hall. Without letting the moment slide, the host of the Just Glow podcast passionately condemned Hall and fellow Florida native Uncle Luke Campbell. Okay, Velez alleges that both men exploited her and the latter groomed her during her teenage years. Now, the now 44-year-old who was 16 when this first started, or when she first started dancing for 2 Live Crew frontman and having intimate relations with Hall, took to Instagram stories and shared her student ID card, writing on the image, "I look like a baby." See, that's what I'm telling you. You can tell, okay? You can tell. Usually when people are younger, specifically females, when they're younger in their teen years, they tend to have like a more full face, okay? Not so much structure in the face and things like that. They have like a baby face. And so these men can tell, honey, don't let them fool you. They're just sitting out here lying and acting like they don't know. And if they suspect, sometimes if they're freaks like Aaron Hall allegedly is, well, they want, and we don't have to say allegedly. We know he's a freak. We just heard it. So with that all being said, when they, even if they suspect that these girls are too young, well, they just won't ask. So that way they can say they didn't know. Oh, I mistook her for an adult, but she was just a puppy. Okay, please pay attention. She said, "I look like a baby." Now, one of the things that Velez said on the social media profile is that her former boss was one of the first artists she knew of in the hip hop who scouted out underage girls for his colleagues. Okay, now I want you all to pay attention because this sounds like this is possibly what Jodeci was doing for Aaron Hall and Diddy. Okay? Scouting out underage girls for colleagues. That's what it sounds like. And let's not also forget that in Lil Rod, aka Rodney Jones's filings, it talked about how Justin Combs, Diddy's son, was to go out and recruit and bring girls in. And these girls, according to Rodney Jones's allegations, were underage. And, you know, Justin may be 30 years old, but he looks young for his age. And so, therefore, maybe that's how he was able to get them. Okay? So this is all just crazy. Now, according to the Great Abuse and Incest National Network, adults who groom children use manipulative behaviors to gain access to a potential victim. They coerce them to agree to the abuse and then reduce the risk of being caught. Now, while these tactics are used most often against younger kids, teens and vulnerable adults are also at risk. Grooming can take place online or in person. Okay, it's usually employed by a family member or someone else in the victim's circle of trust. Remember, Liza Gardner said that Jodeci, the members of the group, were her friends. Okay, I don't think they were her friends at all. I think they were grooming her and taking her out scouting for their fellow their friends, okay, people in the music industry. Now, with that all being said, I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like. So go on to say that, or someone else in the victim's circle of trust, such as a coach, teacher, youth group leader, or others who naturally have some interaction with the victim. Now, this is a, hold on. Let me see something here real quick. Hold on, beloveds. Yeah, I'm sorry. Here's a picture of Gloria Velez when she was 18. Now, in this picture, she's 18, and she looks like a baby. So I can only imagine when she was 16. So I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. And this is a picture of her with Luke. Let me see if I can enhance that so you all can see it better. Look at her face. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I said, they usually tend to have a fuller face when younger. Okay? As a matter of fact, let me pull up a picture of somebody just to clarify my point or verify my point. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to use Keke Palmer as an example. Let me find a picture of Keke when she was a teenager, as in comparison to how she looks now. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Let's see if I can find Keke at age 17. Okay, here she is right here. Let's see what year this is. Hold on, I think she was younger right there. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, here's what I'm looking at right here. Let's get into it. Now I'm going to share my screen. Because these people be knowing these girls are too young. They be knowing, honey. Okay, don't let them fool you. Like I said, they can sit here and pretend they didn't know, but a lot of times they absolutely do. Okay? Now, look at Keke at the top row as opposed to the bottom row. Okay, so in the middle, this picture right here, Keke is about 16 years old. All right? See the fullness in her face and cheeks? Okay? And then look at her down here. Her face is slimmer, more structure, more defined features. So you can clearly tell the difference is all I'm saying between a teenager and a grown woman. Okay, even if their body's fully developed, some girls mature quickly, but you can tell in the face if you're really paying attention, all right? So they need to sit down somewhere. A lot of these people trying to act like they don't be knowing. They know. It's not hard to tell, okay? It is not hard to tell. I could have used my own pictures while I'm thinking about it, because I've shown you all pictures when I was like 18 years old, okay? I looked like a baby at the end of the day in comparison to how I look now. So that's all I'm saying. Now, so Gloria Velez said that she was groomed by Uncle Luke and goes on to say, and here's a picture of her ID. Here's a picture of her ID. She says, if you don't think grooming is happening in this business, you're sadly mistaken. It started in 1994 with Luke and a few others in this business. I was in high school, South Florida, 1993 to 94. Teen clubs where the pedophilia men, okay, the pedophilia men, you all know what I'm trying to say, they scouted and groomed. It was their playground. Okay, so this is what she said. Now, in the music industry, but particularly in hip hop, the trappings of celebrities, rich men on television with fancy toys and gifts are part of the allure. Like the Luke Hall Velez saga, many believe that Beyonce was groomed by Jay-Z when they started dating. She was still a teenager and he was 31. Uncle Luke responded to the grooming allegations in his own video on social media, saying that not only did he not exploit young girls, but had systems in place to protect himself from allegations such as this because so many of the content he produces involve adult entertainment. Okay, so let's go to the video where he responded. Like, sub, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
We know the rules and we know the rules and regulations of this shit. Shit, I signed LaJuan Love. LaJuan Love was 14 years old. You know what you have to do when you sign him? Underage person, you got to go get consent by the court. They have to then get a lawyer. The kid gets his own lawyer. Parents have their own lawyer. You have your lawyer. Then that's how you, man, I don't play about that paperwork. I don't play about that paperwork. So they come bring all that shit, bring everything. I don't play about the paperwork. Now you get your business told me. I'm not none of them dudes, man. I know how to defend myself. I ain't none of them dudes. I don't know what the you're talking about. So make it make sense. Bring all the smoke. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. What Dion say? I ain't hard to find. I'm not hard to find. That's why y'all ain't gonna see no Luke on there doing nothing. They're gonna have them little vague shit and let y'all run with shit. Everybody gonna run with their own thing. They create their own narrative. This industry grooms you, and then they say groom to be what? Great. When you talk about me, when I'm up, Luke groomed me to be great. Luke groomed me to be great. He about that bag. Luke groomed me to be great. Okay? Call them all up. Everybody who I with became great. Especially the ones who live.
Okay, I want you all to pay attention because some of the comments I was reading during his live, somebody said women need to have consequences for lying. What makes them think that she's lying? How do they know that he's telling the truth? And here's the thing. At the end of the day, I absolutely believe that he was grooming her. And here's why. Now, some of you may not like what I have to say because a lot of people love Uncle Luke. But here's the bottom line. If you're a grown man and the type of risque, dancing that he had in his videos and the type of stuff that he had going on, why would he want teenagers even anywhere around it? You could go and get grown women, 18 and older. Why would you want minors to even be dancing for you? Why would you even want to be have them in your midst? Why would you? Especially with the type of music that he was doing. So yes, I believe what she said. Now, I saw the people in his comments going along with him. Oh, yeah, Uncle Luke, I'm down for it and all this and that. But see, those are nothing but fans. People at the end of the day won't see the truth about people sometimes because they like them. Okay, whether I like someone or not has nothing to do with whether or not I use logic. Okay? So at the end of the day, I absolutely believe that he was possibly grooming her because, like I said, why do you want this young girl who's 15 and 16 years old? I think she said she was 14 when she started this. Why on earth would you want someone 14 and 15 years old background dancing for you and you're a grown man? Why would you want her in your videos? I have a whole lot of questions. Okay, that crazy bitch Eric said critical thinking skills, time with the queen. Thank you. Miss J said, we all know Uncle Luke was a freak. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm not saying that he did anything necessarily inappropriate with her, but at the end of the day, what was he doing having her around and then these other grown men around? Okay, at the end of the day. So I just find it all very interesting. Luke was probably involved in that foolishness as well. Okay, somebody in the comments on his live said, they say your name is on the list too. Okay, so somebody busted him out. All right, 169 said facts, queen, lawyers or not. Yes, and here's the thing. John Ford said, you still look like a baby queen. Thank you, beloved. Okay, here's the thing, though. Now, he talked about having lawyers and all that. That doesn't have anything to do with him grooming somebody. That proves nothing. The only thing that proves is that as far as him signing contracts and doing deals with people that he's trying to get in the industry or whatever, to do music or whatever, signing them or whatever, he gets attorneys for that. What does that have to do with him being accused of grooming Gloria Velez? Nothing. Okay, that was gaslighting and deflecting at its best. He's talking about drawing up paperwork, and the first thing you have to do, that's if you're trying to employ them as an artist that works for you as a singer, rapper, whatever, and even a dancer. But even if it was for people dancing background videos and all that, at the end of the day, it still doesn't mean that you couldn't have been grooming her. Okay? Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't have anything to do with that. So to me, that was just him deflecting. But let's talk about Jodeci, and then I'm going to have to get out of here because the next video is about to start. Let's talk about Jodeci. Family sues KC over alleged incident exposure. Lawsuit seeks unspecified damages from R&B singer, producer of concert, plaintiffs say was billed as a family event. Now, this was reported in December of 2000. Okay, so what they basically say was, the suit, hold on. Okay, so in a class action lawsuit filed in California Superior Court in Los Angeles, Robert and Robin Garcia, along with their daughter Rachel, seek unspecified damages and psychological counseling expenses from Haley and the court producers. Okay, now they say entertainment, they say that as for Clear Channel Communications and SFX Entertainment, Haley already faces criminal charges for incident exposure. For indecent exposure, a misdemeanor crime in the alleged incident. Now, so this is what they say. This happened in Anaheim, California. The family was suing Casey and JoJo's Cedric Casey Haley for nuisance of infliction of emotional distress and negligence for allegedly exposing his genitals at a recent Los Angeles concert. Now, that was alleged in the lawsuit. So according to the Garcia family's lawsuit, KC dropped his boxers, dropped his boxer shorts, exposed his genitals to a Shrine auditorium crowd of 4,000 people during Casey and JoJo's set at the KIIS FM's Jingle Ball, an event that was heavily promoted as suitable to the taste of the entire family, including the very young. Other performers at that December 16th concert included Christina Aguilera, Third Eye Blind, Bon Jovi, Macy Gray at 98 degrees. Now, the suit describes Haley as a sexual deviant, cited a 1993 case in which Haley pleaded guilty to aggravated sexual contact for fondling a woman and was sentenced to probation and community service. The suit also accuses the concert's producers for booking a group widely known in the industry for their sexually charged stage performances on the same bill as Aguilera, a positive role model for children. They said if it was an adult concert, it wouldn't be a big deal. But this event was programmed for teenagers. Now, offices at MCA Records, Casey and JoJo's label, were closed that Wednesday of December 27th, as were the offices of SFX Entertainment. Spokespersons for KIIS FM and Clear Channel Communications did not return phone calls. Now, in Haley's criminal case, the Los Angeles Police Department is reviewing video footage and photographs to determine how it would handle the nearly 25 exposure charges filed against the R&B singer, according to Sergeant John Pasquariello. Okay, so with that all been said, I'm just telling you. And they said, according to police reports, several concert goers told officers outside the show that Haley had grabbed himself and played with himself during the duo's performance. Disgusting. Okay, police said after the singer, but arrived backstage just after he was seen exiting the building in a limousine. Haley is believed to have gone to his home in Charlotte, North Carolina, and police still are considering whether a warrant will be issued. So that's what he did at a concert, okay? I don't care if it was grown people there. That's still just nasty. Who wants to see you do that? That's not what people paid for, is it? Or maybe it is. I don't know. So now the 2 Live Crew leader, talking about Luke, elaborated on his system, sharing that one of the checks and balances of his team was lead dancers who governed the other dancers and stopped them from having inappropriate relations with the rappers they were tapped to hang out with under Luke's brand. That they were tapped to hang out with. Why were these underage girls hanging out with rappers? He said, I fire girls. You get caught. I have a chaperone for the girls. One head dancer. It's always one head dancer. And she puts everybody in check. This is not a traveling whorehouse. So if you're going to mess around with those other artists, you're going to get sent home, sweetheart. You get fired. Velez previously took to social media in May 13th to broach the conversation of her age and possibly the trauma she experienced under his guard. Just 18 years old here, with a veteran already in the game. Hashtag Uncle Luke Real One. That's how she started the caption. The last time we've actually seen each other in person or on the phone, I was 19 years old. A lot has been said throughout the years. Maybe soon it's time to sit down and talk like adults. I'm not a child anymore. I'm 44 now. Luke is 18 years, Velez's senior, and was in his early 30s when he first met her. And see, that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. At the end of the day, why would you want somebody that's a whole minor, like I said, working for you in any capacity at the end of the day? So, all nefarious as far as I'm concerned. Now, let's talk about one more thing real quick before I roll up out of here. Let's talk about Diddy. Because Diddy went to see Kanye West, which I find interesting because I just showed you all the receipts last week when they got into it about that White Lives Matter t-shirt beef, and then Kanye dropped those text message receipts. And so now Diddy went to see Kanye. It looks like Diddy's getting out in public. You know, he went to see Kanye's Rolling Loud. Kanye and Ty Dolla Signs. Diddy supporting Kanye and Rolling Loud. And they said, is the beef wrapped up? And so Diddy and Kanye West haven't been on good terms for a while. But now it seems they might be mending the relationship because Diddy pulled up to Kanye's Rolling Loud set. Now, the rapper/producer made a rare public appearance Thursday at the show in Los Angeles and walked into KW's performance, Kanye West's performance, alongside his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah Combs. So goes on to say, Diddy made the evening a whole family affair because he was also spotted in the back or side stage area with his son Justin while watching the controversial performance. The show certainly had people up in arms because instead of performing live, Kanye and Ty stood on stage and just performed recordings of their songs, leaving the fans disappointed. Honey, I would have thrown tomatoes at them, okay? I came here for this, for you to stand up there and play the recordings that I could have clearly listened to at home. So anyway, it goes on to say, it's unclear how Diddy felt about the show or if he and Ye sat down for a conversation because they kind of got to clear the air about their viral 2022 beef. So here's the thing. I don't think Kanye is trying to make up with Diddy. I think Diddy is clearly desperate, doesn't have any friends. Nobody's reaching out, speaking up in his defense. And at the end of the day, I quite frankly think that he's just trying to, maybe he's thinking Kanye will befriend him or be cool with him because both of them are almost outcast because they tried to cancel Kanye. But so, I don't know. But looks like Diddy's out in the public. Like he's probably realized you can run but you can't hide. So may as well go out there and keep living your life, honey, because you're going somewhere real soon. Swift said, common enemy, the small hats. Nina's and Mike's World said, wow, so now you run into Ye. Exactly. Okay, that's what I had to say about it. Okay. Coco Marshmallow said, right, Queen, because I don't trust it. I don't either, beloved. Jane said, Alexa, play Where Are All My Friends? Teddy Pendergrass. Okay, so we'll see how that all turns out. So Buckhorse DC said, mods don't block me, it's a question. Well, Buckhorse DC, if you ask a question that's problematic or you're doing things that are disruptive in the chat, the mods will block you. Okay? They won't block you, but they'll put you in timeout. Okay, so Buckhorse DC, I'm just saying, watch your conduct. Okay, watch your conduct. Ebony I said Puffy is trying to keep Kanye quiet. Kanye called him out on stage years ago. Yeah, and that could be it too, beloved. You absolutely could be right about that. Buckhorse DC said, Queen, I was asking about Okay. Tia, y'all said, I bet he on that list of Cassie's too. You know, he could be. You never know. He absolutely could be, beloved. And Miss J said they're hoping not to get caught up in there. And so anyway, with that all being said, everyone please hit the likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to start the next broadcast within the next 2 or 3 minutes. And you all, we have got to talk about this woman, this Caucasian woman who stabbed her boyfriend 108 times. She got no jail time. Now I'm going to need somebody to make it all make sense. She didn't get any jail time because the judge blamed it on weed. Because she smoked some weed. I've never heard this foolishness. But honey, let's get into it because this is all about privilege as far as the Queen's concerned. Reggie said, thanks, Queen. You're welcome, beloved. Okay, so I hope to see you all in the next chat. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the Queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the Queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the Queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got